Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Rose Thorn here. Happy Easter. So this video is not going to be very long, but I wanted to make it because I wanted to address some lies that Hussy has told about me. I wanted to give my side and the truth about those lies so that everyone is clear. And I want to be clear that the only reason why I'm doing this video is because the things that I'm going to talk about in this video have come up recently in chat rooms, and it's been almost a year or so since I've dealt with Hussy, and people are still talking about these things. Like I said, this video is not going to be very long. I'm going to address the lies and then leave it alone. So let's address the one thing that people are still talking about even to this day. That really should not be a topic of discussion because it's not that important. But the reason why I'm addressing it is because it has to do with my reputation as a person and also as a YouTuber. So the first thing I want to talk about is the swamp cooler. Anybody that's around that was around for that time period where Hussy was talking about me getting an air conditioner or a swamp cooler, and he made a big to-do about that. He was claiming that I got money for an air conditioner and I kept the money in pocket and I didn't spend it. I essentially just got the money and kept it. I am here to give my side of the story and be completely truthful and straight with everyone. Since Hussy has told so many lies about that, I want to straighten everyone out so that everyone is clear. Let me explain to you guys what happened. So I happen to live in Long Beach, California. During the summertime, it gets very, very hot, especially the deep summer months like June, July, August. It gets really hot here. And I've shown pictures of people on my community post of how hot it gets in my apartment. It can reach upwards of close to or at 100 degrees. That's very, very hot. Can you imagine living in a place that gets just that hot? When I first moved into my apartment, I had an air conditioner. Unfortunately, because it was a small model, it was one of those portable ones on the wheels that you put in the windowsill. It did not work so well. As far as apartments go, I have the nightmare as far as trying to stay cool. I have the high ceilings, big space, living in California. It's dry desert heat. So any air conditioner is going to get a workout. But I did have one when I moved in. Unfortunately, it broke down. So all I had to rely on were box fans, and they can only do so much. Now, regarding the time period where I was going through this deep heat and basically melting, sitting in my own house, I was talking to Dee Higgins on the phone, and I mentioned to her that I was looking around at different air conditioners. I was very concerned because the place where I live at, it's also one of those old buildings that it runs on fuses, and if you put too much electricity through, it will shut everything off. So I was looking around for something that would work for the building and also keep the space cool. And I was just talking to her on the phone, mind you, not asking her for anything. And Dee Higgins was the one who, just out of the blue, by surprise, she sent me $300 for an air conditioner. So I was so excited that she gave me the 300 that I went directly to eBay and I got an air conditioner for $300. Well, because I was so excited and so happy to finally get one after just sweltering in the heat, silly me, I did not look at the seller of the air conditioner. This person did not have any listings. You know, like that's the worst thing, to deal with somebody on eBay that doesn't have any ratings or whatnot to show that they are reliable, that they're honest. And I had the unfortunate luck of paying for something and the person basically was a scammer. So I got ripped off. I didn't know that until 2 days after I paid, and I got an email saying, oh, you'll get your air conditioner in 2 months. And I sent an email back saying, well, why is it going to take so long? Next thing I know, the eBay listing has been removed. So I immediately applied for a refund. Now, in the 3 weeks that it took to get the money back, I got to thinking about the environment that I'm in, the fact that I'm in California. It's dry desert heat and air conditioners just don't work as well. So I decided to buy a swamp cooler instead. For those who do not know what that is, it's a device that functions a lot like an air conditioner. You have to fill them full of water and they add moisture to the air. And I must say that my swamp cooler, it works really well in my apartment. It does cool the place down, it cools it down fast. So I made a right decision there. And it doesn't take a lot of electricity. So it works for what's going on here. The time that I got the swamp cooler, Hussy was the only one who knew about that. I told him that, do you give me the money for the swamp cooler, air conditioner? So he was the only one who knew. And then when he got angry with me and he wanted to turn on me, he used that information and he tried to put the spin on it that I got the money and I did not spend it on the item that was intended, which was an absolute lie, because that particular day that he made the live stream and he made these claims, I immediately made a short video showing the swamp cooler in my house, showing indeed that I did not pocket the money, that I spent it on an item that was needed. So because I exposed his lie, the fact that he did lie to people, he became very angry and he tried to save face by then telling people that, oh, I pocketed most of the money, that very little was spent on the swamp cooler, that I pocketed most of the money. Now let's apply a little logic and reason to the situation. If Hussy was not in my house, looking over my shoulder when I was buying the item, how could he possibly know what I spent on the swamp cooler? He wouldn't know, would he? But as I said, he tried to save face by telling people that I pocketed most of the money. Now, here's what I find most ironic about the situation. Dee Higgins, she gifted me the 300 for the air conditioner swamp cooler. In my eyes, that's more of a necessary item than an Apple iMac. Apple iMacs are not a necessity. They are a want luxury item. What I asked for, I absolutely needed. I got what I got the money for. I was not dishonest that way, but the same person who gave me the 300 for the swamp cooler is the same person that gave him 500 for the Apple iMac that he didn't even really use. So Hussy's wagging his finger at me and saying, oh, you got money for this item and you got it from Dee Higgins. Well, Hussy, you got even more money for an Apple iMac that you have yet to use correctly once. On top of that, on top of the 500 that she gave you for the Apple iMac, she gave you so many super chats during the time the two of you were talking and through your channel, I mean, probably totaling into the thousands. So if you want to pocket watch me for a simple necessary item such as a swamp cooler, let's take a look at the money that you got for the Apple iMac. And again, not a necessary item. You didn't need that. And you got the Apple iMac and you never used it. So trying to paint me as a thief, I never stole from anybody, Hussy. And the money that I got, which by the way was a gift, that was between myself and Dee Higgins and nobody else. And anybody who wants to go to Dee and ask her about it, she will easily confirm what happened, because she gave them money. She saw the item. There were no complaints from her. Anybody that wants to go to Dee and ask her about it, feel free. She'll back me up 100% on what happened. But, Hussy making a big to-do about a swamp cooler, and he's over there with an Apple iMac that he got money for from Dee, from other people that he never used. He never did edited videos. He never did anything. It's just sitting in a corner. So who is the bigger thief, Hussy? Who is the bigger thief? It certainly wasn't me. Now, a couple of minor things that I'd like to address, if it's okay. So there are a couple of things that Hussy has said about me. Let's see, about me calling him all the time. Well, yes, I did call him all the time. We were friends at one point. We called each other frequently on the phone. regarding me calling him during his live streams, here's something you guys don't know. When I was a mod in his room, when I was still going into his room, Hussy used to be funny by going off whenever there was a police siren or a firefighter siren going outside. He would just go off saying, "Oh, shut the hell up," you know. Just it, part of his shtick is he needs something to go off on. So while he's doing the live stream, he would sit there. If a police siren went off or something, he would go off on that. Or if somebody called, he would go off on that. So I would frequently call during his live streams to kind of add to that and to make people laugh. That was my purpose calling during the live streams, not to bother him, not to interrupt the stream, but to kind of add a little bit to the comedy of the stream, and that's why I did it. Also, something that I find very disturbing, and Hussy, I'm looking hard at you for this. So I've heard around the way that you were encouraging people in your streams and in your videos to go look up certain adult things regarding me, videos or pictures or whatnot. Hussy, you're encouraging viewers, and you're not even sure of the age of these viewers to go look at adult material. Can I just say how creepy and disturbing that is? That you are encouraging your viewers to go look at adult material, and you're not even sure if the people that are in your streams, if they're all over the age of 18. You were so desperate to show people what I did, to embarrass me, to humiliate me, that you would encourage people to go look at different things on different forums that are not YouTube, that you would go to that link just to embarrass and humiliate me, to expose possibly minors to things they really shouldn't see. Yeah, very disturbing and creepy. That's just my opinion. Anyway, as I said, this video was very brief, but I wanted to give my side of the whole swamp cooler situation. I'm not a thief. I never have been a thief. I am not dishonest, although the same could not be said about Hussy. The money that Dee gave me, it was a gift. It was between her and Hussy really had no business speaking on it, no making assumptions about what I did with it. The money was given to me for something. I used it exactly for that something, and I'm very happy that I have it in my home. It does help me, but I shouldn't be judged on that. I really shouldn't. And someone who has scammed people for money repeatedly, first for an Apple iMac, then for bills and rent on multiple GoFundMes, has no business speaking on somebody who just got $300 for a swamp cooler that they own. So thank you very much for watching my video. Hope that everybody is straightened out now on this lie that Hussy has told about me and trying to paint me as a thief. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Please take care.